Hey guys, Kelly here. Welcome to my channel if it's your first time here. Welcome back if you've been here before. Y'all, it's hot down here. It is disrespectfully hot down here to the point where I know it's like I don't have any clothes on, but I do. So I wanted to talk to you guys today about what happens when the outbreak is over, when the travel bans have been lifted, when the social distancing is over, so to speak, when the businesses reopen. Like, what in your mind does that world look like? I feel like so many of us have become toxic during this time. And when I say that, I don't mean because you may be carrying or, that you have the potential to create a second wave of the pandemic. What I mean is, I have seen more people angry because they've seen people out walking, they don't have a dog. When did dogs give you the license to be able to go out and get fresh air? I've seen people shamed because they took a picture of their family together. In fact, on Easter Sunday, I thought this was kind of funny in a ironic kind of way, but a woman posted a picture of her family having Easter breakfast. And someone came on and said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't be having gatherings during this time. And she posted that clearly you don't follow me because these are my children. They live in the house with me. They just happen to be older kids. They happen to be teenagers. And some of these teenagers don't look like teenagers. They look like grown folk. And so this person was trying to shame her for doing something with the people that lived in the house with her. We have gotten so busy turning each other in instead of pulling together and finding out what one another needs. If you're angry because you went to the store, and I've seen this, you went to the store and the bagger didn't have on a mask, the person collecting the cart didn't have on a mask. First of all, in case you haven't been paying attention, there is a shortage of masks. And if you have one and you have an extra, if you got room to run your mouth, how about you donate one or take an extra with you in a Ziploc bag when you go to the grocery store in anticipation that these essential workers who make probably a lot less than you do, and they're working and putting their lives in danger because they don't really have a choice like a lot of people do. So instead of disparaging them, how about you donate and actually help them? This is a time when we should be checking on our older people. To me, in my mind, many of the compromised people should not, if they've got family and if they've got friends and if they've got neighbors, they should not be out grocery shopping and doing other essential things. I have a neighbor. Now, mind you, I live in a different culture. I know that if I were in the U.S., I would have to deal with what I have to deal with. But I have a neighbor here who hardly knows me. And when I moved in, interestingly enough, the way I met her is because I think she thought I was losing too much weight. And her kids made some dessert, some frozen treats, and they persistently knocked on my door to share these treats with me. And that's how I met my neighbor sometime last year, okay? We see each other out, we'll wave, and that's really about it. But once this pandemic started, we have each other's contact information. Once the pandemic started, she knows that I am a compromised person. Anytime her and her husband go grocery shopping, I get a WhatsApp message asking me what I need. And then if I actually ask her to bring me something back, she tells me how much it is before she gets here. I put the money on the porch, she leaves the products on the porch. And so I don't have to go out and get little things. I go out for my major stuff, but if I want to, I have a neighbor that checks on me. If you are busy calling the police on your neighbors, how about you check on them and see if what you're calling about is something that you can actually help with? And contrary to popular belief, as long as you are keeping your distance, can still go outside. You can still go for a walk. You can still get some exercise in. It's when you start gathering with people that you don't really live with, or that you don't spend a lot of time with, and you guys are hugged up and that kind of thing. That's where some potential danger comes in. But here's the way I see it. few weekends ago, my neighbors had some extra cars outside, and I only noticed it because of the additional noise that was happening. And I went to my little window like a nosy little neighbor. I looked out and I was like, look like they got some folk in their house. And I came back in my house where I didn't have no additional folk, and I sat my ass down and kept doing what I was doing before I realized that they had some folk at their house. Now, some of you may be angry with me for saying that I minded my own business. Some of you may feel like, well, you know, what if they do this and what if they do that? I've seen a lot of people, well, what if they go to Walmart? Well, what if they do? You don't know the people that are in there already, whether they wash their hands or did what they were supposed to do or had a gathering or any of that. Here's what I suggest you do. Wash your hands, put on a mask, sanitize your cart, and mind your business. But I think this video was supposed to be about what do we think the world is going to be like after this. And what I hope is that everybody will go back to sort of minding their business, because I guess a lot of y'all was minding other folks' business even before all of this happened. But man, it seems like it is an exponential amount of the folk that's minding other people's business now. So I'm just kind of curious, and I'll be honest with you, I cannot wait until they say we can go out and have fun again. I can't wait to get in the park, blow my bubbles, do my people watching, go walking through the mall like a little old woman, you know. And I usually don't go to the mall, but I'm looking forward to going when all of this is over. And I've always kind of given people their space anyway. I gotta have remember that cartoon, I might be dating myself, some of y'all might know, elbow room, got to get yourself some elbow room. I've always felt that way, or as they said in a different world, I think it was, give me my buffer zone, you know. So I think that for me, I'm looking forward to spending time with the people that I really dig, and I'm looking forward to getting back into some museums and sharing my city and going to the cultural events at the park. And I honestly think that once this is all said and done, we will eventually go back to forgetting to wash our hands and hugging folk again and having gatherings at our home. And if you ask me, how can you say that with such certainty? How do you know? Y'all do know it was a pandemic back in 1918, right? And they had to wear masks and they had to be put in quarantine and they was told to wash their hands. I'm just saying. So, if you haven't subscribed, if I haven't pissed you off, by all means, please subscribe and share your thoughts on this thing and keep it nice, because if you get ugly, I'm just going to delete your comment anyway. I'm just going to let you know that right now that I have choices. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you the next go round. But yeah, let me know what you think. What's going to happen when all of this is all said and done? Are you still going to have friends? Was you the nosy one calling the cops on everybody? I'm just asking. All right, guys. See you next go round. Ciao.